Hi, I'm Dave,
And I'm Marie.
and we're the Old School Soulmates.
We want to welcome you today to another What's Sold on eBay video. So let's get started here. First thing we've got there is a Merrell Barefoot Vibram. They're a running shoe, real lightweight and thin. They sold for $39.95 and we purchased them for $3.99. Next is, the name on it is Mozo Forza. What it really is, it's a division of Mephisto, which I would not have known. So when you see odd brands like that, you know, you'll get to where you pick up a pair of shoes and they're like, gosh, these feel like quality. Look them up. That's all you can do is just look them up. That's why you got your phone with you all the time. Would have never have known these had any kind of value. So
Right, and they actually look like Danskos a little bit too, don't they? And they are nursing shoes, so I guess that makes sense.
And those sold for $32.95.
And the next is a Dingo Boot. I actually took an offer on this one. We had it priced a little bit higher, but we'd had them for a while. And got these at a Goodwill, I believe, right? Probably paid about probably $8 for them, if I had to guess, $7 or $8.
Probably $7.99, yep.
Yeah. So,
and sold them for $50.
yeah. So they were in really good shape. So there's the heels of them.
These are Clarks. Clarks, again, one of those brands that you're always going to find and you're always going to sell. They don't sell for big money or anything, but they're a consistent seller. Everything hinges on how much you're buying it for. If you're buying it for a good price, then plus they're an unusual shoe, so that made them kind of sell a little bit quicker. So if I'm spending $3.99, I'm turning that into $29.95.
Okay, and here we go. Bally's of Switzerland actually took a offer on this one too. Who sold it for $18. So, but this brand can actually be very, very high end and expensive. In some cases, we've sold some as much as $100 before, and then this pair here for 18. So it just depends.
We've had these for a while. You're going to find, you know, not that we made mistakes, but we bought a lot of things at the beginning that some of those things we still have. So, and you can see there's probably a little bit more wear on those than a shoe that we might buy today. So we're going to accept offers on shoes because we need to move them out of our inventory.
Yeah, and we probably did make a few mistakes too,
Oh,
truth be told.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. This is a pair of Trotters. Trotters, kind of like Clarks, a real staple brand. The thing is about Trotters and Clarks as well, it's all about wear. You want to make sure the shoes are in very, very good condition, and that's what we're looking for. And these are attractive loafers. The other thing about these shoes, and you'll find as you go through shoes, when you have a wide shoe, there's something more unique, and you can get a little bit better of a price sometimes for wide shoes versus narrow shoes. The more mid-range sizes between 7 and 9, size 7, size 9, you're going to get a little bit more turnover, quicker turnover than a size 5.5.
Right. Okay. An Izod Lacoste classic polo shirt. These you see a lot at thrift stores, actually, believe it or not. And they do sell. They're consistent sellers. The price has gone down for them probably in the last few years. But one thing to look out for is to make sure they're real. And these shirts have like a sewn-on alligator. This alligator that's on here, right here, is actually, if you find it embroidered on, that's fake. If you find it, printed on, that's fake. It's basically, I mean, you could literally pull this alligator off, and just tug on it.
It's like a sewn-on patch.
It's like a patch, exactly.
And there's tons of YouTube videos out there that show you how to recognize fakes. We try to stay away from things that are, that are really faked a lot.
Yeah.
The sizing is odd on Lacoste, and a lot of clothing and shoes, you're going to find some odd sizing. That's what the internet's there for. You just pull up sizing of Lacoste, sizing of this particular shoe, if they're sized either European only, if they're sized Germany has a whole different sizing system for shoes. So we have to use those resources every single day. The
Right.
other thing about Lacoste polo shirts you have to be careful of, and that is holes in the front of the shirt. It's a thin PK polo, and you just hold them up to the light. You'll see if there's holes, and they're usually right around the belly area.
Right. Okay, and the next one is a Bill's Khaki. This is a brand we didn't even know existed, I don't think. At
Nope.
least I didn't. And I found, or did I find it or you found it? One of us found it, and it doesn't really matter, but it was kind of an interesting looking shirt. You can kind of tell when things are quality. So it's kind of like we looked it up.
That's exactly it. You look it up.
And, it's not a high-end, high-dollar shirt. We get $24 for it, but it's sold pretty quick.
Sold quickly, and they had been freshly dry cleaned, which is very nice as well. And when that happens, we leave the dry cleaning tag right on there. Let the customer know that these are freshly laundered.
Yeah. So, but that's when something looks quality, look it up. I mean, it's basically the rule of thumb there.
This is another thing we had to look up. I've heard of county seat because of my age, of course. These were jeans from back in the 80s and so forth, but they were just the oddest looking things. But look them up, see what's out there. But a pair of shorts, especially when the season changes, even the Goodwills will sell them for $1.99 a pair just to lower their stock. Turn that into $30. That's a good sale.
Yeah. And some good old GMC Hubcaps. I was at a yard sale. They had a stack of these, some BMWs, and 3 out of 4 of a Ford wheel covers for a F-150 was for $5. And we sold it in a different video. I think there's a video of us with this one that sold for $22.95. This was $29.95, somewhere around that. So basically, we've turned $5 so far into about $60.
Mm-hmm.
So. And a vintage 1980s Larry Bird jersey. This one I think we took an offer on. We had it priced a little higher, but we sold it for $59. I think we had it for $69.
Yep.
So.
And if you notice the description, it says vintage 80s sand knit. I didn't know that. I had to look that up. That's why when you go in, you look up one that's just like yours, and that's where you get these descriptions from. Right. I didn't know what that was called.
And speaking of jerseys, here's a good old Tennessee Titans. Now, Tennessee Titans is not the most popular team out there. We are in Tennessee, so we're kind of partial to them. But this particular jersey was unusual. It was 47, which was a number that wasn't really issued in '07. So it was like, I guess it never got used and just sat around. So it's more than likely was actually a team jersey. More than likely, but we don't really know for a fact. So we put what we do know about it on here and sold it for $39.95.
These are Fin Comfort. This is a German comfort shoe. Very similar to, the insides are really similar to almost like a Birkenstock with a cork inside. These are very expensive shoes. I didn't know anything about them till I started doing research and finding them. This particular pair of shoes, very light wear on the bottom. The insoles and the inside look like they were brand new. They have an odd soles and they're European size. We had these for a very short period of time. And I bought them for $3.99, of course, and turned that into $100.
Exactly, $99.99. And I think we even took an offer on that. But we had them a little bit higher, didn't we?
Yep, we had them for $119, I think, and I took them for $99.95.
Right.
Now, here's a purse. Vintage sells and vintage look sells. Hobo, boho, all of those styles are very popular. And how did I know that? Because I've watched other YouTubers too. The Pell Studio, never heard of the brand before, so I had to look it up. And I found out, well, that's kind of an expensive purse there. They sell for $175 new. Picked it up, sold it very quickly. All of our purses here are $3.99, so sold that for $40.
Yeah. And when you're photographing a purse, and I didn't do a great job on this one, but you try to get the inside as best you can. It's sometimes hard to do, but
sometimes you just have to reach right in and turn the lining inside out too.
Right.
It might not be the most attractive photo, but it gets your point across.
right, because people want to see, usually there's ink stains and stuff like that from a purse. So. And last but not least, we have an oddball item here. Marie found this, and I would have walked right by this, honestly.
Especially since it's a Rolodex.
It's
you
a
know?
Rolodex,
It's
and
like,
who the heck uses a Rolodex anymore?
And I had no idea who the characters were. I just knew it was Disney. So, I'm like, really? Okay, I'm just going to take the time and look it up, Plus, we don't like to buy very breakable things. We really try to steer away from that if we can. But I looked it up and could not believe how much these things cost. It took some time to look it up because I had to figure out who it was first. But so again, this was like $3.99.
And Gideon, I guess.
Yep. And I listed as a teacher's desk telephone index, and it sold in no time at all.
Yeah.
For $100.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no even haggling on this. It was just sold.
So the moral of the story here is, if you see something weird, look it up. I mean, it doesn't hurt to. It doesn't take 5 minutes to look something up, and I mean, I would have walked right by it, honestly. I would have. I'm pretty sure Marie was the one that found this one. So.
Because you just don't know. And weird sells. I mean, because, that's the thing. Uniqueness is what this is all about. Everybody's got, a pair of Clarks, but not everybody had this Honest John. Well, that wraps up what sold this week on eBay. If you have any suggestions for what you'd like to see in future videos, please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button, and please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.